Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I have a beautiful book I want to share with you today on this beautiful St. Patrick's Day. This book is called King Puck, and it's written by Michael Garland, inspired by an Irish festival that I've been to many times growing up in Ireland. And it's all about a goat who knows how to speak and read. The book is dedicated to my grandfather, Michael Carney. "Ah, Finny," Seamus said to his goat, "we're so lucky. Our mountain is the most beautiful in all of Ireland." And it was beautiful, but it was also very lonely up there. Only the wee fairies lived nearby. Seamus had no one to talk to but the goat. There's Seamus and his beautiful little white goat. At nighttime, Seamus liked to read the stories of Finn McCool. The goat loved when the hero giant tasted the magic salmon and gained the gift of wisdom. Finny wanted to be wise too. He wanted to be smart. "These stories are a joy, but wouldn't some new books be wonderful?" Seamus asked. Then he sighed, waiting for an answer. They needed some new books. Yes. The fairies. The fairies began to feel sorry for the sad farmer and his little goat. One night, while Seamus was asleep, they cast a spell. Because that's what fairies like to do. They like to cast spells. The next morning, Seamus got the shock of his life when he said, "Good morning," to Finny. The goat said, "Good morning," right back. My goodness. Sounds like Finny got the gift of the gab. Then Finny said, "I'm famished." That means really hungry. "What a lovely day it is. The river is up. I wonder if the trout fish are biting." "How did you learn how to speak?" Seamus asked. "I don't know," replied Finny. "Perhaps I learned it from you." Seamus was happy, but the fairies weren't finished with their plan yet. That's called an Irish cottage. The roof is made from dried grass or straw. Later that day, the two friends discovered a little handbill. The King Puck Festival. This is a handbill, kind of like a flyer. The King Puck Festival. "What is that?" Finny asked. "The judges have a festival every year, and they pick the best goat to crown King Puck, the only king in Ireland. And it's just for one day, but it's quite an honor." "Let's go," said Finny. Finny was up for an adventure. Look at that. Finny is getting all dollied up. He's getting his coat brushed out. Seamus hastily packed some food and proudly brushed Finny's hair. "You'll be named King Puck for sure," he exclaimed. Happy and hopeful, they talked and walked all day and night down the mountain path. They lived way up high there on the mountain, and the little town was down below. "Look at all those ribbons and flags," Seamus said to Finny. as they cross the bridge into Killorglin. "And isn't this music splendid?" Seamus remarked. Finny clacked his hooves in time to a fancy little jig. Suddenly, the music stopped as the farmers and their grand, handsome goats entered the square. Now feeling ordinary and a little bit embarrassed and foolish, Finny joined Seamus at the end of the line. Now look at all those goats. They look very fancy. Some of them have gold collars. Others have beautiful green ribbons around their necks and wreaths. The judges were less than impressed with Finny. They thought he was okay. He wasn't a big deal. They turned to walk away when Finny stepped forward. "May I please have another chance?" he asked. "I'd love to recite the story of Finn McCool." Now, as you can see, the judges are very surprised because they have never heard a talking goat before. Unheard of. The people of Killorglin had heard the story before, but never told by a goat. When Finny completed the tale, the crowd went wild. The judges had no choice. They picked Finny to be King Puck. Look how happy Finny is. With great fanfare, Finny and Seamus led the parade through the narrow streets of town. The crowd cheered as the mayor of Killorglin placed a beautiful gold crown on Finny's head. "I name thee King Puck, the only king in Ireland," he proclaimed. "King Puck, as mayor, it is my pleasure to grant you one wish. What will it be? Will it be gold? Will it be silver? Will it be a mountain of yummy hay to eat?" Finn glanced at Seamus. He knew what he wanted the most. "Books," he answered. "We'd like nothing more than books." And the crowd cheered, and Finny felt as wise as the famous Finn McCool. Seamus and Finny never wanted for another book or better company. Once a week, Miss Margaret Mary Carney, the librarian from Killorglin, drove up to the top of the mountain with a fresh bag of books for Seamus and Finny. King Puck got his wish, and the fairies were very happy too. I don't know about you, but if you've been noticing, every page of this beautiful book has some fairies hiding in there. And there's Finny and Seamus having a cup of tea and enjoying a very good book. That was the end of the story. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you from King Puck and Mrs. Haley.